Ejection is into the unknown. Is the ejection going to be safe? Are you going to be hurt? Are you going to be alive? Everything has to pass through your mind in fractions of seconds.
Air Marshal Chopra describes his near-death experience in this episode, and after meeting him, all I can say is that I have immense respect for him. So please watch this video, share it with your family, share it with your friends. Jai Hind. It honestly still shocks me how you were able to safely eject from a Mirage 2000 in February 2012 when the aircraft suffered an engine failure. That must have required an immense amount of courage and strength. What were some of the thoughts and emotions going in your mind at that time?
You know, as I was mentioning a little bit about the ejection earlier, you know, decision to eject is a very hard decision. You know, when you're sitting in a cockpit, you are feeling secure as being part of that aircraft. Ejection is into the unknown. First, is the ejection going to be safe? Second, are you going to be hurt? Are you going to be alive? Many thoughts are there. Everything has to pass through your mind in fractions of seconds. But the biggest thing is test of your training. You know, the decision to eject is a hard decision. There are a large number of pilots around the world who took late decision and hit the ground before the seat could fire. So, two things. First, years of training, mental training, not physical. Second, physical training. Mental training to be able to decide, and physical training to be able to withstand the forces that come in. So, in my case, I was a test pilot. The test pilots are trained to have, possible failures in flight because you're testing new systems. So the training in my case was very different. While we were trying to restart the engine, I was actually calling out the parameters with the radio press so that on the ground somebody will record it, and those parameters will come handy during the court of inquiry later on.
Oh, wow.
So that's the kind of mental makeup one must have when such a emergency situation evolves. Yes.
What did you learn from this incident? Like, did your perception about life completely change in any way from this near-death experience? Like, did something occur in your mind that kind of shifted the path of your life, you think?
Yeah, to some extent, yes. You know, I was always a traditional, spiritual kind of guy who had mental strength. Yeah. But as I said earlier, that two things that I realized. One, that you must fulfill your desires, in life and not wait for, too long, because what happens when nobody can predict. So that way, yes, but to say that my life thereafter changed, mentally became stronger. Surely, I became a stronger person. One thing that happened to me, I realized that, we are all the time looking for giving and making others happy. I think another important factor is to make your own self happy. If all of us decides to make ourselves happy, the world is a happier place. So these two things came in my mind, strength of training, mental and physical. And second is that you must, make yourself happy, fulfill your desires quickly and continuously. Yes. Yeah.
My next question would be that being a leader and managing people is definitely a difficult role on its own. And as a prominent leader yourself, what do you feel are the most crucial behaviors or characteristics of a leader?
I'm so happy that you asked this question because this is one of the core issues. Leadership qualities, most important. My first thing on leadership is you have to be knowledgeable, strong person yourself. That means first part of leadership is to prepare your own self so that when you give instructions to somebody, he doesn't think that this guy is giving me instructions which he himself can't fulfill. First. Second, inspiration. For a leader, it's so important to set example. If I'm in an institution which is a think tank today, I cannot be telling the young scholars that you write 12 articles a year when I'm writing nothing. But today, I'm writing 50 articles a year. I can now tell him, write 12. Lead from the front. Now, what I mean by lead from the front? By setting example, but also physically lead from the front. It's a war-like situation. You know, in fighter flying, the senior-most is the leader, and his aeroplane is the first one to enter the enemy territory. Leader leads from the front. This is what I mean that you have to do, is lead from the front. Set an example, be an inspiration, lead from the front.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. Now, sir, every country has its own advantages and specialities. Can you describe in your words what India stands for and what is the best aspect that you believe is for this country?
Yeah, you know, as I was saying a little while earlier, India's strength is its culture, history, and spirituality. That is India's strength. And these three strengths and our values, family value systems, they're very, very strong. Some pockets in some Western countries, they exist. But in large percentage of the Western world, self-centric. I first. This is the big difference between India. You know, when we are doing this Vasudev Kutumbam, we are saying for G20, we are saying world is a family. We are saying the whole world is a family. That's what Indians are trying to tell the whole world. That we are all together. Treat everybody as a family when it comes to climate change, when it comes to nuclear wars, it comes to weapons, disarmament. We are leading the world in telling them we are a family. Let's live like a family. So big thing about India is that we want to treat the world as a family. Yes.
Now, to close this conversation, could you please deliver your message to the youth of today for themselves and the society that they will be creating forward?
Yes. You know, two parts of this. One is what must the youth do for themselves? And second, what they must do for society and the nation. So for themselves, have an aim in life. Decide what you want to do. Do it passionately. Work towards it. Work hard. Succeed in the main profession. And simultaneously, enjoy your life with passion. It is not all work. You must enjoy your life also with passion. So, first, your own self, achieve, succeed, enjoy. All three things you must do for your own life. And the second aspect is for your family, for your city, for your nation, for the world. Contribute. Because we are living in an ecosystem. What you do affects me. What I do affects you. But if both of us do good, then both of us gain. So therefore, it's important that while you are doing for your own self, get the ecosystem around you to also, succeed, because the world is a nicer place to live in than happier life we all are going to live. Yes.
Thank you so much, Air Marshal Chopra. And to the audience over there, please watch this video. And if you do, share this video with your family and friends, because Air Marshal Chopra here is setting an example for the youth of today. And honestly, I couldn't be any more grateful. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.